Okay, got some abrasive Scotch-Brite pad, so I'm just going to use it to clean the gunge off the side of the throttle valve. Just clean it up so it can go up and down the body of the carburetor smoothly. There, that's good. And also I've just cleaned the needle itself, the jet needle. So that's now all nice and smooth. I can feel it smooth, no ridges. So then I'm just going to do the same with the throttle body itself, because I can see that there's some bloom down inside the throttle body. That's good, because we want the throttle valve to go up and down nice and smoothly, but obviously we don't want it to have air leaks. So using something like Scotch-Brite is perfect. It's not too abrasive, it's not going to scratch it, but it is going to clean all that that sort of gunge on that was kind of like stuck on. Yeah. So we get a nice good fuel flow everywhere. Right, so that's clean, that's clean. I think we'll just give the outside of the carb a bit of a clean, just so they look nice. Okay, so they're all done. Just going to check the I'll check the float height. So float height, okay, there's the needle valve. Just put in the float there, the float spindle, and then the spindle just clips in there. Okay, and then we're going to just press on the tang, not on the actual needle itself, but on the tang, and depress the tang until the needle's shut. Now the needle should shut just before, when the float is about 2 mil below the level of the chamber, and I'd say that was just about right. Might be a bit low. But no, I think that's okay. Now apparently on these, I've never done it, mind. On these I've now discovered that because these are the slightly older float bowls, older floats, you can't bend the tang to adjust the float height, which on the newer ones you can, makes adjusting the float height much easier. On these, you actually drift this, the actual, I don't know what you call it, but the actual brass sort of inlet, you actually drift that, you can actually drift that up and down to get the required float height, which is a bit of a faff, and I think that's why they brought out the new, this isn't a stay-up float, they brought the new stay-up floats that won't leak, but also they've got this bendable tang so that you can just adjust float height's dead easy by bending that tang over. Whereas with these, you're going to have to adjust that sort of jet, I suppose you call it a jet, that brass jet in there. But I think we're okay with that. What we've got there. Right, so going to reassemble. So I'll put the I better put the jets back in first, hadn't I? So yeah, we've got the jets. I know they're clean. I'll just get rid of the last of that horrible bloom. I don't like the idea of that going up inside the carb and just worry about it blocking the rest of the carb. So there, I'll just get it off the, you know, as long as it's all clear inside, it's the inside of the jets that counts. Yeah. So, needle jet goes back on the top of this boss, adapter. And the main jet, which they are 150, I think, is it a 16 needle jet? It'll be, what's that, 10. So on the side, it has the side of the needle jet is written 106, yeah. And on the side of the main jet is written, and I know this is 150, it's not very clear, but it's written 150, and that is the standard size of main jet, 150. Yeah, and 106 is the standard needle jet size. So just going to tighten those up. Oops. Whitworth, yeah. Whitworth, but then for some reason we seem to have AF on the actual jets. Okay, don't have to over tighten those. Screws back in there, back in the body, and then tighten it back up. I want to over tighten it, but we don't want it coming loose either. There we go. So we've done the float. Let's have a look. Put the gasket back in place. Make sure it's the right way round. Yeah. And then offer it up to the body. And I normally keep the float downwards, otherwise the float bowl, otherwise you turn it over, the float will immediately fall out while you're trying to put the thing together. Get the first screw in there. There you go. Just do those up. The only thing, yeah, when you're putting this back together, you just have to make sure that the float doesn't fall out, you know, come out of position. And so it's always good to have the float bowl, hold it up, and then put the carb on top. Don't do it that way because the float will fall out or come unseated in one thing and another. Then we've got the needle jet, the pilot jet, or air. Sorry, well, this is actually the air screw. The actual pilot jet on these carbs is actually in the middle of the carb somewhere. I'm just going to clean that air screw to make sure it's nice and smooth again, a bit like the jet needle, to make sure it's got good airflow. So I'm going to put that back in there. Notice it has a little rubber O-ring to stop air leaks. Okay, I'm going to screw that back in, and I'm going to set it how it should be set, which is, so what we do is we screw it fully home. Not tight, but just until it stops, and then a half screw out, a 1 screw out, and a 1.5 out. That's the sort of basic standard sort of default setting, 1.5 screws out from fully in. And so it should be roughly right on that setting, and then when the bike's running, then we can fine tune it. But if you set them all at 1.5 screws out, then you know you're not going to be far off. Then what we're doing, there we go. We'll put the I'm going to put the plug back in the bottom there. the sort of sump plug, drain plug, as I remember. There we go. Although the sump plug on a T160, you can't actually take it off with the carbs in situ because the starter motor is right underneath it. But once you've got the carbs off, then you can drain it, but you can't use it to drain the carbs when they're sitting on the bike. Right. Okay, and then we're putting the yeah. So then we've got the throttle rod. So that goes in the center and then across and up to the side. So we check that the clip is still in the middle groove and slide that down and make sure that the clip is nicely seated in the throttle, throttle valve. And then I'm going to slide this back in and check that it's we've got a nice smooth action now. We haven't got any tight bits. Just have to make sure that the needle goes in to the jet, into the actual needle jet. There we go. Oh, look at that. And let's look at that. Look how smooth that is now. That's perfect. So that's how it should be. And it was just like totally sticky and gummed up before. Now this throttle rod at the moment is loose because there's no spring on it. That's fine. Just leave it like that. Okay, and that's the first carb done, cleaned. See if I can get a bit more off that. There we go. Just come back out again, get the needle back in there. There we go. And let it drop. And now that's the first carb done. So we can go on and do the other carbs and just clean them in exactly the same way we've just done with that one.